You're listening to Fountain of Thought with your host, Dennis Fountain. One small step for man, one giant leap for America. Today's special guest star, Sonny Rain.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to Fountain of Thought. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Fountain of Thought. Tweet us at TalkFOT or email us at talkfot@gmail.com. Sonny, how's that giant leap you've taken for mankind? How's that working out for you?
We need a disclaimer.
I have a disclaimer, and it's even written in my notes. It says, this episode contains adult themes and language. Listener discretion is advised.
That means we might swear.
Okay. How you doing today?
I'm fine.
You're fine?
I think.
Okay. So I am fresh from my trip to Georgia, and I have to tell you that there's nothing to do in Georgia.
You were expecting this to be a hot destination? You were going down there to take your girls to see the Vampire Diaries set.
Yes. We drove 15 hours. First of all, we left in the middle of a snowstorm, and the roads for 3 states were horrible. And I did get a little chuckle, though. I'm driving 40 miles an hour. I believe it was on the New Jersey Turnpike. And this white Chevy Silverado, if you're listening, you know who you are, 4x4. We have all-wheel drive in the car, but he's got 4x4. And what people tend to forget is that they might be great for going, but they're awful for stopping. And it's 4 lanes. I'm in the middle lane, which is the only one that is semi-plowed, but it's really not plowed. It's just, it's got those 2 lines from cars driving in it, So we're driving down, and this guy blows by me. He's got to be doing 60 miles an hour. He just zips by me. God's honest truth, maybe about 3-4 miles down the road, he spun out on the side of the road. Don't you just love that when that happens? Karma's a bitch, ain't it?
Oh, yeah, especially when you go by and you give him that big shitty grin. You don't even have to throw the finger. Just give them that grin, and they want to kill you.
Yeah. So we went down to Clarksville, Georgia, which is in the Chattahoochee Mountain area. You know that song, Chattahoochee?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. And 2 of my daughters wanted to go see the set of Vampire Diaries, which is in Covington, Georgia, which is still another hour away. But the resort we stayed at was in Covington. I mean, in Clarksville. And this is a resort, mind you, okay?
Oh, shit.
No, it's true.
It's not true. Tell them about your secret crush on Damon.
Yeah. I watched about the first season, maybe or so, and I just couldn't get into that. But you watch it, and you tell me that I should continue to watch it. But
it's entertaining.
Yeah. So we go into Clarksville, and it's this beautiful resort that I'm staying at. And the kids are going the next day. They're driving another hour away to go see the set. And it was kind of cool because they're texting me every now and then, giving me these little updates. And they're sending me these pictures of people they have no idea who they are. I have something else for you I forgot to give you. I bought you back something, a souvenir that I'll give you off show.
A souvenir off show?
Yes.
Do I deserve it?
No, you don't. But so they're texting me, Tom Wopat and John Schneider and all, because the same set that they used for filming Vampire Diaries, they filmed Dukes of Hazzard. They've also filmed lots of other shows, which I wasn't quite aware of. They also filmed In the Heat of the Night there.
Really?
Yeah, so they were sending me Carol O'Connor stuff, the kids had no idea who they were. They've seen Dukes of Hazzard once or twice because I've watched it. But,
Archie!
Yeah. Yeah. After the Archie days. But anyway, so we're back at this resort, and we're hanging out in a resort. I mean, they've got golf, and they've got horseback riding, and they've got, all the amenities that you get in the resort. Well, they had snow. And when I say they had snow, they had what we in New England would call a dusting. Maybe half an inch or so, if that. But the whole freaking place is shut down. You can't do anything. You couldn't do miniature golf. The course was clean. There were a couple spots that had a little bit of snow on it. I just pushed them away with my feet, and I went in and said, "Can I do the miniature golf?" Now it's closed. Well, why is it closed? Haven't you seen the snow? I'm going, people, please. Yeah, so there was absolutely nothing we could do. You couldn't do horseback riding because a horse can't ride in the snow. Did you know that? Horse can't ride in the snow.
What do they do in Wyoming?
No. Horse can't ride in the snow. No. What about that one horse carriage sleigh? That doesn't work? I don't know. But horse don't go in those. So, anyways, we had to go somewhere else to do horseback riding. But I was flabbergasted that everything in the freaking place is shut down because a quarter of an inch of snow, and it gets better.
Why didn't they put snowshoes?
Where's your bum? Yeah, snowshoes. There you go. So, Sunday night, we decide we're going to go out to dinner. There's nothing open on Sunday. Apparently, in the Bible Belt, there's nothing open on Sunday.
Blue law.
There's nothing. I was shocked. So, not only Sunday, but Tuesday as well. Why a Tuesday? All the restaurants closed at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. I don't understand this. This made no sense to me. It's a restaurant. You close at 6 o'clock? I'm never going back there.
We have a restaurant right here in Ware that closes every Tuesday.
Yeah, usually it's Monday, but I thought Tuesday was kind of odd maybe because other restaurants close on Monday, they want to stay open. Is that? I don't know.
That could be a possibility.
I don't know. Well, anyways, that was just my little brief trip. I really don't have any other news about my trip to Georgia because it was uneventful because nothing happens in the middle of the Chattahoochee, apparently. Although I did have some awesome breakfast, though. I will say that, though. Grits, biscuits, gravy. I should have been. I love that Southern food. That's really good.
Do you like instant grits?
No self-respecting Southerner uses instant grits. What show? What movie?
My Cousin Vinny.
There you go. Okay, so we're going to introduce a couple of new features on the show. We're going to do some FOT Rewind, Fountain of Thought Rewind, and that's where we talk about past episodes, something that either occurred in a past episode or something that's brought back into the light that we talked about in a previous episode. Some shout-outs. So if you want to hear your name on the show, give us a shout-out. Email us at talkfot@gmail or at talkfot or get in contact. Rewind. Get in contact. You hit the eraser, please. Eraser. You have an eraser. Go ahead. There we go. Okay, we're going to start over. So, shout-outs is a new feature. If you want to hear your name mentioned on the show, give us a shout-out.
I do. I want to hear mine.
You do?
Ah.
Sunny Rain!
Yeah!
All right. Let us know by contacting us through social media. How's that? That's a better way of saying it. And we'll give you a shout-out. I've been out and about, and a couple people have mentioned it, and they want to hear their name. So that's a new feature. And the last new feature that I'm very proud of is Sonny's Trivia. So you're going to introduce some trivia, I understand. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Excellent.
With prizes.
With prizes? Mm-hmm. The show doesn't have the budget for prizes.
No, the prize will be brought to you by Erickson Memorials.
Erickson Memorials.
The place to get stoned.
Okay. Excellent. So let's start off with the FOT Rewind. In 2 shows ago, I believe, your little pet peeve was about the NFL. Here's my pet peeve that I thought about that I hadn't thought about then, but in watching the games, I have a pet peeve about interceptions. When a quarterback throws an interception, if it's a clean interception, I agree, it's an interception. But if a quarterback throws a pass and it's tipped or hits a player or somewhere and it's bounced off and another player on the opposing team catches it for an interception, should that really go against the quarterback?
Oh, and the stat?
Yes.
Yeah, I often thought of that too, because if his throw was going to be dead on and somebody hits it, then it should be the interception is caused by the person who last touched the ball.
That's what it just doesn't seem fair. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not the end of the world, but I was looking at that and I'm going, well, Tom Brady threw for 2 interceptions, but did he really? I mean, a tipped ball and someone else catches it, I don't think that should... You know how you can have like a half a sack? That should be like half of an interception.
I agree, but I guess the way they look at it is that if you let the ball go and it hits a player's hand or something...
You're still responsible.
But I honestly, I agree with you. I think last person who touches the ball gets the credit for the interception.
That's okay.
And... I mean, but before any of that, what the NFL really truly needs to do is they should probably get a what do they call that guy? They should get a commissioner. Because you can't keep running this show with an asshole.
Yes, that's true.
They really should get an NFL commissioner who actually knows something about football.
Yes. I did my research, and it is true. The owners get together, and they hire and fire the NFL commissioner. They're responsible for him. I can't believe they keep this guy employed. I really can't. But
he must be good at extracurricular things behind closed doors.
He knows how to deflate balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my last little pet peeve, and I think you'll agree with this, and it's not just the NFL, but Joe Buck sucks. That's it. That's it. Joe Buck sucks. I cannot stand this man. He's awful at his job. Again, another person. How did he get this job? Joe Buck sucks. I'm going to start a website, joebucksucks.com. Look for it. It's coming. Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, but come on. Seriously, not as bad as when we used to have, what was his name? The guys from ESPN. Joe Morgan and Melia. Those guys could put you to sleep within 2 innings.
Yeah, but if you listen to Joe Buck on baseball, he's worse on baseball than he is on football. He's horrible. He's absolutely horrible. So that's my campaign, joebucksucks.com. Look for it soon, coming to the internet near you. Something got me thinking the other day, and I want to touch upon things from our past that will never return. Things like penny candy, rotary phones,
virginity.
Yeah, that probably won't come back. Although I hear if you go without it long enough, you can kind of like recount it. Kind of like the half a sack. It's half of a virginity. Things like that that are gone now. Does penny candy? All right, it moves along. Rotary phones, we advance, and one of the things, the circus. And today, Feld Entertainment announced that the greatest show on earth is getting its final curtain call. Yes, they are canceling Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. I was shocked. And so that made me do a little research. And the modern circus that we know of with acrobats and all things like that really started in 1782 in Paris, France. But it really didn't get going until 1875 when Dan Costello and William Cameron Koo persuaded P.T. Barnum, which we're all familiar with, to lend his name and financial backing to the greatest show on earth. So that started in 1875. In 1907, the Ringling Brothers purchased Barnum and Bailey Circus, and they thence created the greatest show on earth, which some would argue is or isn't. And they stayed separate. They were two separate operating circuses until 1919, when they decided it might be best to combine them. So they combined them both. And then in 1967, Irvin and Israel Feld bought the circus from the Ringling family. And this one I did not know. Did you know in 1971 they sold it, and who they sold it to?
No.
Mattel.
Mattel bought a circus?
Yeah, the toy company. Mattel bought the circus. Yeah. Wow. In 1971. The Feld family ended up buying it back in 1982. Then this is when things started to go a little caca, as they say. You know what TV show that's from? A little caca?
Mm-mm.
Quantum Leap.
I never liked that show. I know you're a big fan.
Yes.
I found that to be a big snooze fest.
You're a big snooze fest. So the main problem was a battle over the elephants, which was a staple of the show since Barnum brought an Asian elephant named Jumbo to America in 1882. And then battles ensued between Feld Entertainment and animal rights activists in court. You know, our friends at PETA.
People eating tasty animals?
Yes, that's it. PETA, yes. It went on for 14 years, these legal battles back and forth. And in 2014, they won. They actually won a settlement because they decided to settle out of court. And Feld Entertainment, that runs the circus, won $25.2 million in restitution from PETA. So if I'm looking at that, I'm thinking that, all right, well, the circus won. They won, not PETA. But by that point, cities such as Los Angeles, Oakland, Asheville, North Carolina, they had restrictions on animal acts, and there was still a lot of people protesting it. So in 2015, the circus decided to stop all elephants. Well, apparently that was the main attraction for the circus, and ticket sales declined. And after 36 years, PETA says they showed the world the plight of animal captivity. PETA heralds the end of the saddest show on Earth. So after its 146-year run, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus is done. I'm just kind of flabbergasted that the circus is over. I've never seen the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. I will be honest with you. I've seen several circuses, but I love the circus. I think that's American history. That's just part of Americana. Do you not think so?
I don't think I ever went to the circus.
You don't like the circus? The clowns scare you? What you just don't like?
I don't know. I think I went and saw one of those cheesy ones at the Big E.
Yeah.
A couple of times, but it never appealed to me.
No. But maybe some of these smaller ones abuse these animals. But I know that Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, they didn't abuse their animals. I mean, were they caged? Yeah, but how is that different than some of these zoos?
Well, I saw it firsthand. Well, that is a good point. It's the same for zoos, but I saw it firsthand when I was at the Big E, and I was watching them try to load the elephants onto a truck, and he was electric.
Yeah, cattle prod.
Yeah.
They use a cattle prod. Yeah.
And I was like, really?
Yeah. I understand that things, but you look at and I'm extrapolating a little bit, but you look at some of your pets, and your pets are happy to do tricks. They get a treat, obviously, when they're done, so that's part of their enthusiasm, but they like doing tricks. And I concur that the same thing is said for those animals, that they like performing. That's their job. I mean, you look at sight dogs and police dogs and all that. They love their job. It's work to them. You can't pet these animals when they're working because of the fact that they're working. It's not playtime. And they like it. How is that any different than these canine dogs that they keep in cages in the back of the cruisers and all that stuff, and then they let them out, do their thing, bite the criminal, and put them back in a cage? It just bothers me that this is why the circus is closing. And I understand that there may be other factors involved. It's not just the animals, because they are saying that declining ticket sales is part of it. They claim it's because the elephants are no longer there. That people, the really big thing was people wanted to go see the elephants. But maybe that's just part of technology growing, and we don't want to see jugglers and things of that nature.
I think I must have to raise my hand if I want to get a word in edgewise.
Shut up. Talk anytime you want. Just start talking over me. You know what? Well, listen, folks. When we're not on microphone, he has no problem speaking his mind. He talks over me all the time. And you think that I'm conceited? Oh.
He is so full of shit.
No. You talk all the time. What do you want to say? Go ahead. Say it.
This is my opinion, okay? So let me give it to you.
Well, this show's about my opinion, not yours.
Well, it's my
now opinion. I want to hear it. Go ahead. Let me hear your opinion.
It's like everything out there. We are becoming a closed-door society.
Yes.
People go out, go to work, come home, shut their doors, and they play their video games, play on the internet, play on Facebook, play with the games. They don't even play with each other, for Christ's sakes, anymore.
Social networking is our social. That's it.
That's it.
Yes.
And everybody's walking the streets in their own little world with their little earphones on, talking to their own friends. Nobody says hello, good morning.
Yeah,
how are you,
Mike? And I know this is also a thing of technology's gone, but the toll booth ticket guy. I always said hello to them when they'd give you a ticket. I know now with Speed Pass and all these things, we don't use them anymore. But my kids always look at me, Dad, why'd you say hi to that person? Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to say hi to these people, stranger danger. It's not, you say hi to people. You're friendly.
When we were kids, again, dating ourselves, we talked about this in the past episode. We had maybe 2 or 3 different channels of television.
Yep.
And there was only certain time slots that you had something on. We had to go outside and play and entertain ourselves and play games, or go out and pretend we were soldiers in World War II or whatever we had to create with our mind. But then if Dad came home and said, "I got 4 tickets to the circus," you were like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
this is going to be great. Something new, something different. Or the same thing that your first experience as a kid growing up liking baseball, and your dad takes you to Fenway Park. And but today they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They only care about this computer, and that's it. Computers have brought a lot to our lives. Don't get me wrong. But I also said this before. For every good thing technology gives us, it takes something away.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's a fact.
sad to say, after 146 years, their last show is going to be in Providence, Rhode Island, on May 7th, 2017. If you're interested in going to see that, there's quite a few shows left, but like I said, their last one is going to be in May. You can go to ringling.com for a list of their final dates.
What's going to happen to the elephants once the show's
Well, the elephant's already gone. They're already. They got those left in 2015. The elephants went to I don't know, whatever zoos they said. They are going to get rid of the rest of the animals they have. Those they said they're going to find appropriate locations for them. Most likely they'll end up at zoos. They have between 500 and 700 workers, and they're going to try to put them into the fold of the rest of the Feld Entertainment, which also I didn't know. Disney on Ice. Is them monster trucks? You know the monster truck thing.
Yeah.
Those that's all the same company.
They own all of that.
Yeah, so they're going to try to fold those employees into the rest of the company. They're not sure if they can find room for all of them, so there will be some people that are unemployed, but it's not totally grim for the employees. But I don't know. The circus is, and yeah, there's still going to be some minor ones floating around, but I don't know. Just to me, the circus was something that had America written on it and was just
I have a question. Like I said, I never was interested in the circus, and I never went. But with all our politically correctness that we have today, do they still have the freak shows and all that, or has that been done away with?
That's more of a carnival. Again, technology. The next thing that I was thinking about is drive-ins. Where are the drive-ins?
Drive-ins were the best.
Yeah. So this chemical company magnate, Richard Hollingshead Jr., in 1932, conducted these outdoor tests in his driveway. In New Jersey, he nailed a screen to trees in his backyard, and he set a 1928 Kodak projector on the hood of his car, and he put a radio behind the screen. So he applied for a patent of this invention on August 6th, 1932, and hence the drive-in theater was started. It opened in New Jersey in 1933 officially. In Pennsauken Township, New Jersey. It offered 400 slots. That's a big movie theater. 400 slots? That's a lot of cars.
400 cars?
Yeah, that's a...
And what year was this?
1933.
And you're talking big cars.
Yeah, but the place had to be huge to begin with. I mean, but I didn't think that there were that many cars in 1933 that you could get to go to a drive-in, but... I guess, like you said, that there was nothing else to do, so that was probably the happening thing, huh?
Well, yeah, that and the demographics, the population would,
yeah,
around here we wouldn't. I don't think we had 500 people living here.
So 400 cars on a 40 by 50 screen. He advertised the drive-in theater with this slogan: "The whole family is welcome, regardless of how noisy your children are."
I love it.
And the first film shown was Wife Beware.
Really?
Never heard of it, never saw it, but no. Wife Beware. So, as most of us know, the drive-in's peak popularity came in the late 50s and early 60s, particularly in rural areas, with some 5,000 drive-ins across the United States. Now, do you know how many are left?
Not very.
338.
What's left in Massachusetts besides Leicester?
There are 3 in Massachusetts. I'll get to that. So statistically, we're losing around 10 drive-ins a year. So in about 25 years or so, they're going to be gone, just like the circus. And as I mentioned, a little while ago when we were talking about movie theaters,
they're on their way out too.
I think 20 to 25 years is the thing for movie theaters, and as you can tell by drive-ins. So if you want to know if there's a drive-in near you, you can go to nerve.com/movies913, and they have a list of all the current operating locations. So real quick, Alabama's got 9 of them. I didn't break them down to where they are because that's ridiculous. If you want to know, go online. But Alabama's got 9, Arizona has 1, Arkansas 3, California 17, Colorado 7, Connecticut 3, Florida 7, Georgia 5, Hawaii has 1, Idaho 7, Illinois 11, Indiana 20, Iowa 4, Kansas 5, Kentucky 11, Louisiana 1, Maine has 5, which surprises me a little bit that Maine has 5.
What the hell is this? Is it drive-ins or the Electoral College?
These are drive-ins. But you know what? I may want to. That's that's scary close, though. That is scary close.
Our Electoral College is brought to you by Drive-Ins of America.
Yeah, huh? Maryland has 1, Massachusetts 3. So there's Leicester, Northfield, and Weymouth, I believe, are the ones in Massachusetts.
Yeah, but it's Northfield. That's technically, isn't that in New Hampshire?
No.
Yeah, I thought
It's
the
right
property
on the
was
border.
It is on the border?
It is.
Yeah.
It's right on the border. Yeah, I've been there. I've been to the one in Leicester, obviously. I've seen the one in Weymouth. I've never been to a movie there, but I have seen it.
I've been to Southington, Connecticut.
Yeah.
There's another one in Connecticut that's in the middle of nowhere. And it was the coolest one I'd ever seen. But you swear you were in the middle of the woods somewhere, and then all of a sudden it was a clearing, and
there's a
drive-in.
There's a drive-in.
It was really
Yeah.
cool. There was one in Rhode Island, Mansfield, Connecticut, that had a triple screen,
Yep.
so you could watch, depending on which movies you wanted to watch. And where else did we go? Because we used to hunt them down years ago.
Yeah.
Because they were a good time.
Yeah.
You could bring all your own food.
Yeah.
You wanted beer, you could bring beer.
Yeah, pile up a car, and usually it was a one price for everybody in the car. $20, and nowadays it's like $20 you fill up the car.
But remember the days when you had to stuff people into trunks and stuff?
Yeah. Come on. It's an era gone by that things that no one the still
social gathering. People don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
They just want to go to their own little worlds.
You'd pull in, and even though you were in your own little world in your car, you weren't. It was a big event. You went in and you hung out with all your friends and everybody, before or after or intermission. Then you got back in your car and whatever. But
when we went to Metro in your town. Now, I'm not going high school, it was 1982, 83. We'd go down to the drive-in.
Yeah.
One person would have the keg in the back of the trunk, and we'd all get out. We would be standing up in the back, just big 50, 60 of us.
Hanging out on the hill.
Hanging on the hill, just drinking beer. Nobody's watching the movie.
Yeah. Anyways, Michigan 10, Minnesota 6, Mississippi 1, Missouri 11, Montana 2, Nebraska and Nevada both have 2. New Hampshire has 4. New Jersey has 1. That's, is invented in New Jersey, and they've got 1 left. That's sad.
No, what's sad is they got 2 football teams, and they're both called New York.
We should talk about that on the show sometime. New Mexico 2, New York 27.
Wow.
North Carolina 5, Ohio 28. They have the most. Ohio has the most with 28. Oklahoma has 6, Oregon 4, Pennsylvania 27, Rhode Island 1.
Providence.
South Carolina 3, South Dakota 6, Tennessee 14, Texas 17, Utah 5, Vermont 3, Virginia 7, Washington 5, West Virginia 6, Wisconsin 11, and Wyoming with 1.
Vermont has one up in northern Vermont, and right on the property there's a hotel.
Yes.
And when you go in the room, you open the curtain, and you've got a big bay window, and there's speakers built into the wall, and there's chairs there, and you can sit in the window and watch the movie.
Yeah.
We were going to go one time, I think it was way up in Burlington or something.
Yeah.
It just was too much of a hike, and we didn't have the time to do it, but you had to get actually reservations for it anyway. You had to call ahead because it was always booked. But
so another
classic thing gone
by the wayside, and nothing left. I don't know. It's just
sailing the seas of bullshit.
Is it really? Yes. Are we really sailing the seas of bullshit? Are we? It's pretty dark and grim. I'm going off topic a little bit.
Because you're nostalgic.
I know.
That's the problem.
Well, this is not nostalgic. I'm going off. You talk about sailing the seas of bullshit. You ever watch that show, Hoarders?
Once or twice.
Okay.
I am one, so I don't like to see myself.
No, trust me. I'm watching Hoarders, and this week's episode, I've never been more disgusted, more creeped out, and oh my God. This guy has a bathtub. His bathtub is full of pee and poop.
Are you serious?
And he would pee in a container and then go dump it in the bathtub, and it was full, like to the brim. You know how he relieved himself? He would put paper down on the toilet seat, crap in the paper, and then pick it up and put it in a trash bag because the toilet was also full of. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever. I mean, I've seen it when people go in diapers and the diapers are piled high, but this was so gross and so disgusting. Ugh. All right, now that I've just lost everybody in the audience, they're all,
including me.
It was very, very disgusting. All right, I got to run out, put some change in the meter. We'll be right back.
So Justin, I was playing that video game Forest Brigade, and it was pretty cool. I was running down this digital path, and I met this digital frog, and he was all like, and then I went playing in this virtual stream where this water, it looked almost real. It was this whole electronic forest world. So what did you do?
Well, my parents took me to the forest, the real forest, where I was running down this, it was an actual path. Then I saw this real-life frog. It was all like, ribbit, and I saw an owl too. Then I played in this amazing stream with water around my ankles, like wet water. Then me and my sister and my parents sat around a campfire and told cool stories all night long.
Oh, that's pretty cool, too.
This weekend, unplug. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Fountain of Thought. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Fountain of Thought. Tweet us at TalkFOT or email us at talkfot@gmail.com. And if you want to be a sponsor, that's where you want to do it. Get in contact with us at talkfot@gmail.com.
You like your name, don't you?
Why? Because Talk FOT? What?
No,
What?
just in general.
Well, that's the name of the show, so I kind of,
I was just thinking, how many times in the show do we hear
Fountain?
Dennis Fountain?
No, you never hear Dennis. You never hear the Dennis part. It's always Fountain, because that's the name of the show.
Do you know, folks, he even went out.
Are we going on conceited again?
No, listen. He went out years ago and he stole a rug from Denny's.
No, I did not. It was given to me.
You're full of shit.
It was given to me. My father gave me that rug. That was given to me. And I like that rug. I want another one.
Don't believe it.
It was. No, he gave it to me. All right, so a new part of this show, shout-outs. So we've had some people contact us through social media, and they want to say hi. So we're going to start this off today by giving a shout-out to Ross Weaver. He's a student over at Fitchburg State University, and to Jack Mahan from East Longmeadow, Mass. So if you want to hear your name on the podcast, contact us through social media, and we'll give you a shout-out. All right, Sonny, it's your favorite time. It's time.
The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. Yes, true or false evidence.
Have you been practicing?
Oh,
Did you limber up for today?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. True or false? Man kicked out of Golden Corral for eating 70 pounds of food.
When did you get kicked out of Golden Corral?
Ba-dum-bum.
Oh, I always forget.
Yeah, you always forget. Yeah. Is that true or false?
That's true.
You are right, and you want to know something? It's right here in Springfield.
I don't doubt it, because I know somebody who got thrown at Red Lobster for the same thing.
A man in Massachusetts is suing Golden Corral for $2 million for false advertising after being literally thrown out of the restaurant by employees last Thursday. According to witnesses, the 51-year-old man who lives on welfare was expelled from the restaurant after he spent more than 7 hours on site, ingesting a quantity of food which has been estimated between 50 and 70 pounds. Despite the fact that the restaurant advertised the buffet as all you could eat, the manager of the establishment lost patience at some point, telling him he had to leave. The manager's intervention angered Mr. Flemings, and a brief altercation took place before he was finally literally pushed out of the restaurant. That must have been some heavy lifting. He immediately called the police and filed the complaint against the restaurant, and he intends to make the people responsible for his mistreatment pay for their actions. And I quote, "It's a serious injustice, and I am deeply insulted," Mr. Flemings told reporters. "With my income, I rarely go to the restaurant, so I try to get as much as I can for my money when I do. This was the worst experience I've ever had in a restaurant. Not only did they kick me out while I was still hungry," he ate 70 pounds and he's still hungry. I'm not making fun of obesity, but come on, really? But they looked at me like I was disgusting, like I was not worthy of eating there. It was unacceptable, and I demand compensation. The restaurant quickly issued a press release announcing that the decision to expel Mr. Flemings was a regrettable personal initiative from an overzealous franchise manager. They also said that financial compensation had been offered for the damage suffered by the victim, but he refused. Mr. Flemings confirmed that he had indeed been offered a significant amount of money by the company, but he is convinced that he can get more if he goes to court, of course.
Well, yeah. But if the man eats that much, he's going to need a bigger settlement.
The pain.
The primary hearing for this case is going to be March 7th. We'll try to keep the listeners updated. But come on, really? I mean, I know it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and I have no problem with you going out there and pigging out. But 7 hours?
No, that's...
I mean, it's not all you can eat from open to close. I mean, you go there for breakfast, you lunch, and they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner hours. So if at the most, it should be, all right, fine. You want to come, you can eat during the breakfast hour. It's just, that's ridiculous.
I have the solution.
I'm not sure that you have the solution.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you go in, you get a 1-hour timer. As soon as your timer goes off, you get thrown out.
Well, see, that's the problem, is that, he got thrown out. They should have been more nice and spoken to him and said, hey, listen, this is what, is going on. Not physically throw the guy out. That I feel bad about. That's embarrassing. I agree. That could be embarrassing to be thrown out of a restaurant, but still, I don't know. All right, next one, true or false? Yes, and we're not politically correct here. I've gotten comments from some of you people about, certain attitudes that you think that I have. I'm sorry, I say what I feel and feel what I say. The 70-year-old man dies after imitating surfing. That's it.
Oh my God!
I gotta start this show all over again. Oh my God! 70-year-old man dies after imitating surfing scene from Teen Wolf. True or false?
He stood on his automobile. I want to say that's true.
That's false. I made it up.
You made it up.
I made it up.
I know a few people that are stupid enough to do it.
I know. Yeah, get on their van and hang 10. All right. Worker charged in samurai meat cleaver attack. Hi-ya! Hong Kong Phooey. #1 super guy. Chicka-pow, chicka-pow, chicka-pow.
False.
False. That is true.
Of course it is.
That is true. A restaurant worker in Winter Haven, Florida, attacked his employers with a meat cleaver after they offered him a full-time job and asked for his ID. Zhang Huang, who started work at the China Park restaurant this week, went into a cleaver-swinging rage Tuesday and threatened to kill his bosses when they asked for his ID so they could put him on the payroll. Restaurant owner Zhang Shan told police Huang put the cleaver to the neck of her husband, Jai Bo Dong, and threatened to kill them both. Dong sustained several cuts and scrapes on his neck. Shan suffered a laceration on her finger when she tried to grab the cleaver. Huang also grabbed her by the hair and slammed her head into the counter when she threatened to call 911. Shan told police that she hired the suspect 2 days earlier through a staffing company in New York. They will never be calling that company again. Her husband liked Huang's work enough to offer him a full-time position, and he turns around and threatens to kill him.
First up, how are you spelling that?
How am I spelling what? There's several things to spell.
His last name.
Huang.
Oh, okay. Because you said Wang, and then you went
No,
Wang.
I didn't. I said Wang.
No, when you listened back,
John
you said,
Huang.
You said
John
Wang.
Wang.
You said Wang first,
John
and then
Wang.
Wang.
I don't know how you pronounce it.
And then you threw in a Dong.
That's the husband. The husband is Dong.
The Donger.
He's Mr. Dong. Mr. and Mrs. Dong.
Dong?
Mis-
Where is Grandpa's automobile? Automobile? What movie?
That one I don't know.
Oh, come on!
What movie is that?
Classic.
What is that from?
Oh, my God, he's 3 sheets to the wind.
You got me.
The Donger. Long Duck Dong.
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
What? I don't know.
Student exchange?
I don't.
16 Candles.
It's from 16 Candles?
You don't remember the Donger from 16 Candles?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, my God. They got 80s retro shirts with him on it.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, that was one of the funniest scenes.
Really?
Yeah, go on.
I'll have to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in a while.
Just go on YouTube and just put in 16 Candles, the Donger.
I'm sure
And
I'm
you'll get
going to love what comes up on that
you're gonna
search. 16 Candles and a Dong?
Brother. I can't believe you. Wow, what a nerd.
I know. I'm sorry.
You're not very good
No, I don't remember that scene. I don't remember.
You're going to get thrown out of the Geek Academy.
I know. All right, next one, true or false? Drunken man falls 5,280 feet without injury.
That's not true because I was only 3 feet that I fell and I hit the kitchen floor, and that was like 3 nights ago.
So you're saying it's false?
Of course, it's false.
Yes, it's false. Do you know why?
Yeah, he splat like a.
Yeah, that's a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made that up. Man arrested for carrying kitty litter in his sock. I know. Where do I get these things?
Where do you troll? For
Maybe
this
I
shit?
made this up. Maybe this is false. Man arrested for carrying kitty litter in his sock.
It's probably so stupid. You probably did it yourself. It's true.
It's true. You're right. It is true.
It was you.
There's a hack that goes along with this. On December 5th, Ross LeBeau of Cyprus was driving his 2006 Acura in Copperfield, Texas, when he allegedly made a right turn without signaling. He was pulled over by a deputy with Harris County Sheriff's Office. The routine traffic stop turned into a criminal investigation when the deputy spotted a sock containing almost a half a pound of a small, clear, blue and gold colored nugget substance. The deputy suspected the substance was meth. He confirmed his suspicions when he placed a small sample in the field drug test, and it tested positive for narcotics. So you're still wondering how this is possible. LeBeau explained the substance identified as drugs was actually kitty litter. He said his father gave it to him in an effort to keep his windows from fogging up, but police weren't buying it. The sheriff's office patted themselves on the back, stating the arrest, quote, kept our children and loved ones free from being introduced to drugs. The deputy was credited for using his knowledge and expertise in the incident to take a criminal off the streets. LeBeau spent 3 days behind bars after posting $50,000 in bond to get out. When the forensic lab conducted its test on the suspected drugs, they found it was not a controlled substance, so the charges against LeBeau were dropped. So I did a little research, and it turns out that field tests are often incorrect. In Nevada study, authorities re-examined a number of field tests conducted from 2010 to 2013. And do you know how many were wrong? 33%.
33%.
33. So a third of the time, it's wrong.
Well, the thing I'm most interested in, so basically the purpose of this is you put the cat litter in a sock,
Yeah.
and you leave it on your dashboard and it absorbs moisture.
Yes, that's exactly what it does. Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's
Yeah, the
interesting.
so-called sock trick is nothing new. It's a well-placed pair of socks filled with some kitty litter. It absorbs moisture and prevents the vehicle windows from becoming coated in frozen fog. And you can Google it and find it. There are hacks everywhere on how to do that. It's one of the life hacks that you can do. So the Harris County Sheriff's Office has not issued an apology. They have not removed his mugshot or arrest report from the internet, and they stand by their handling of the case. All indication shows that the deputies followed basic procedures and followed established protocol related to this incident, the agency said in a statement. So the police are taking no blame, nothing. They say that everything they did was absolutely correct. Just the facts, please. Just the facts. All right. So I don't know. I would say the next time you get arrested, be careful because you ever watch Cop? We talked about this before. But you ever watch Cops and they're questioning this guy guy, girl, anybody, whoever. They pull in, and I'm not talking about a traffic ticket, but they chase this guy. He did whatever, and they go, "Why did you do that?" "Oh, I broke in because they want." The guy confessed. They confess everything to the cops. They're not even Mirandized, and they just confess everything. I always thought that was stupid. Whether you're innocent or guilty, just that's my name. Here's my ID. Whatever. Let's handle it in court.
Give me my phone call.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah. All right. So I think it's time to go to my favorite buddy over here and do
Sonny's Pet Peeve
of the week.
Can I hear that again?
Sonny's Pet Peeve
of the week.
I just love that, man.
You love it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Pet peeve of the week. I'm going to go back to football because this is something I just read about a couple days ago. I don't know how long it's been going on, but that's me. I'm always behind
you read?
on the news. Occasionally.
Okay.
What is this? The Oakland Raiders want to move to
Oh,
Las
yes.
Vegas.
Yes.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. But this is the one that really peeves me. We just got done talking about how the New York Giants and the New York Jets are sharing a stadium and how that irritates me because they have to make that schedule first because you got away at home and you're sharing a stadium. Very simple. So you got to do that first before you do the NFL schedule. If that wasn't bad enough, now Roger, what's his name? Roger Asshole?
That's his middle name.
Oh, he just gave permission for San Diego to move up to LA and share a stadium.
Yep.
Now we got two doing it.
Yep.
That just pisses me off. If you can't afford a stadium for your team, then too bad. But the Raiders in Las Vegas, you can't keep that name. What are you going to Las Vegas Raiders?
Kind of. I mean, it defeats. I mean, you don't get the pirate thing out of it anymore because there's really not an ocean in Vegas. But
that doesn't make any sense.
They're going to raid casinos, I guess. I don't know. I agree with you.
Las Vegas Sandstorm.
They're not. They won't change the name. They're not going to change the name. There's brand recognition. They will not change that name.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then when the Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee, why did they change their name?
Yeah, but there's not as much brand recognition. I mean, yes, they were an NFL team and they were popular, but not like the Oakland Raiders. I can't see them changing their name.
Cleveland Browns left and became the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I suppose.
Shall I
continue? Shut up. All right. Fine. You're right. I'm wrong.
It's my pet peeve.
It's your pet peeve. All right. Okay. So before I go into my final thought, I'm kind of stealing this from Jerry Springer a little bit. Do you have any final thoughts you wish to share with us before we end the show?
Yeah, basically my trivia question.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about your trivia question.
Thanks a lot.
Oh.
Boy, did you muck up this show really bad.
Sunny. Trivia. Question.
All right, we'll just do this. I'll do it. Yeah. Now
it's catchy.
Starting next week, I want to do a trivia question, and there will be prizes involved. We just have to work out the final details. But I will prepare a question each week, and then we'll come up with a way for you to contact us with the answer. The first person that contacts us
with the correct answer
will win that prize.
Excellent. What are we winning? A trip to Vegas to go see the new team, or what?
Why, you giving up your tickets for the end of the month?
No.
So
that sounds exciting.
You know what? Let's bring this total train wreck to a halt and say goodnight.
All right, I do have a final thought, and I'm going to take a liberty here to go with a little bit of a monologue, and I apologize, but I think this needs to be said. I grew up in a small town during a time when everyone treated each other like family. As kids, we went outside to play. We had play clothes, and boy, did we get them dirty. We bought penny candy and soda at the local corner store, who everyone there knew us all by name. We played red light, green light, Red Rover, flashlight tag, Simon Says, dodgeball, even lawn darts. We rode our bicycles everywhere, to the store, to the park, to the river, to school, all over town. We drank water from the garden hose, ate hot dogs and beans, bologna sandwiches, and even fluffernutters. Shut up over there. I'm trying to make a point. Hell, they even served peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in school when you didn't like the hot lunch. We never worried about safety. We never wore bike helmets. We never thought to lock our windows or doors at night. We didn't think someone would steal our bike if we left it on the front lawn. We had chores to do around the house, which we didn't get paid for. Doing chores was our contribution for being part of the family. We ate our meals as a family at the kitchen table, and we cleaned our plates because Mom said there were starving children in Ethiopia. On Saturday mornings, it was cereal and cartoons. We weren't afraid of anything except our parents. If we misbehaved in public, we knew it would somehow get back to our parents. If we fell down, we just got back up. We challenged each other. Remember King of the Hill? If we had a fight with someone, it was just that, a fight. And a few days later, it was like it never happened. We weren't afraid of fake guns when I grew up. We all had BB guns of some sort and played cowboys and Indians. Hell, we even played war. We respected our parents, teachers, the police, the American flag, and God. We said the Pledge of Allegiance, recited the national anthem, and had a moment of silence every day in school. We left our houses right after school and stayed out until the streetlights came on, or until one of the parents yelled for their kid to come in and eat supper. We watched our mouths around elders because we knew if we disrespected an adult, there would be hell to pay, and we all had manners. We said, yes, ma'am, no, sir. We always managed to have enough and always knew that there was love all around us. I wouldn't have traded anything for my childhood. My childhood made me who I am today.
a loudmouth narcissist? I'm only kidding, buddy. I love you. You know that.
Mm-hmm. All right, everyone. This is Fountain of Thought signing off for this episode. And remember, be a fountain, not a drain.